everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. And I know all you YouTubers out there are feeling the pain, unless you have fuzzy kitten videos. Maybe that's what I should do, is fuzzy kitten videos. If I did fuzzy kitten videos, probably do a hell of a lot better. Because YouTube's taking controversial steps to censor non-leftists, according to shdfplan.com, which is interesting because I'm the furthest from a right or left person in the whole world. I'm about as independent as they come. So why censor me? I'm as middle of the road as you can be. You know? It's crazy. It says stating that the content is controversial, not the censorship itself. YouTube has taken the first steps to censor dissenting views. Oh, but it gets worse. YouTube will begin to censor your searches and fill the results with propaganda while on its website. Last night, YouTube took to its official blog to more or less announce that they would take steps to censor content that they determined to be controversial, even if that content didn't break any laws or violate the site's user agreement. I love this. This is great. The message made a pledge to be a part of an effort to fight terror content online, but the move was rightly met with widespread skepticism among YouTubers as nothing more than a thinly veiled attempt to censor conservative speech. And it's not just controversial content creators that'll be impacted, as anyone who merely searches for keywords that YouTube deems questionable, for whatever reason, will be promptly directed to propaganda videos intended to directly confront and debunk whatever questionable content that user was looking for, meaning that you'll be bombarded with the right kind of propaganda approved by YouTube, designed to get you to think the way YouTube insists upon. That's right. The Daily Caller points out that the responsibility of censorship on YouTube will fall upon impartial groups like the Anti-Defamation League. That's right, the good old ADL, that recently published a list of alt-right and alt-light YouTubers. Ironically, though, they failed to highlight the extreme left organizations like Antifa. Not surprisingly, these moves to censor content creators while shoving propaganda videos down the throats of users have been blasted by conservatives and anti-government activists online who feel like they've been targeted, because we have. And censorship of so-called hate speech has been the cornerstone of tyrannical regimes, such as the Soviet Union. Hate speech is 100% subjective and should never be regulated, but in order to promote fascist ideas, dictators must convince populations to accept their oppression and not speak out. You see, regulation of any speech is a detriment to the human rights of everyone, and that's exactly what our founding fathers knew, and that's exactly why freedom of speech was numero uno on the list. Because the minute you start going down the slippery slope of deeming something that's not correct politically, that may be offensive, now you've just opened the floodgate for anything, and anybody can start a social trend. Anybody can. So this, my friends, is very troubling, not just for us at the Sheeple, but all independent media, because we've all been getting just absolutely devastated, by limiting reach, by limiting the way that you can advertise. It has totally and completely changed the landscape. Now, that doesn't mean of course we're going to survive. You just have to kind of make do, carry on smartly, and find new and different ways to do things. But there's certainly, what they've done is very simple. Here you have these social media platforms that were very, very powerful tools in the past. They still can be, but they're not as much as they used to be because of how much control is exerted upon them. They got people boosted up. They got outlets created. People created entities utilizing these social media platforms, these independent media organizations. And then, just like the Great Depression, just like the powers that shouldn't be, they pull the rug out at the right time. Whoop. And a lot of people fold in because they don't have that survival technique, that tactic. They can't, for whatever reason, find different ways to keep things going. And it's hard. It's hard to do so. One thing's for sure, though. No matter what happens, I can tell you, this voice isn't going to be quiet. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day.